You wouldn't pay $28 for a $12 burrito, right?
You done lost your damn mind. When you get your damn mind, you call me.
But that's exactly what happens when you go out of network for your care. You end up paying more for the same services you could have gotten less. So in this video, I'm going to break down what in-network and out-of-network really mean, how you can save money by staying in-network, and when it might make sense to go out of network, because you shouldn't pay more when there's a discount around the corner. Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Shamy. I'm a healthcare finance professional, and this channel is all about helping you understand your health insurance to save money. So if that's something you're interested in, please subscribe down below. So first up, what do in-network and out-of-network really mean? Well, think of your health insurance like a Dash Pass or Uber One membership. You pay monthly for certain benefits and discounts, and these apps have partnerships with certain restaurants to provide you with benefits like discounted prices on food, $0 delivery fees, and reduced service charges. So think of these restaurants as being in network with Dash Pass. And if you want to make the most out of your membership and save money, then it makes sense for you to order from these restaurants. Well, your health insurance works in a similar way. Your in-network providers signed a contract with your health insurance company to accept negotiated discounted prices for their services, and they accept these lower rates because being a part of this health insurance company's network gives them access to a whole bunch of people like you and I that have that health insurance, which can help drive up volume and revenue for their practices. And it works out for you and I because we pay lower rates on their services. But what happens when you order food from a restaurant that is not part of Dash Pass? Well, you're still paying monthly for your Dash Pass membership, but now you're also paying more for the food itself, you're paying delivery fees, and you're paying higher service charges. This is what happens when you go out of network for your health care. Those providers don't have a contract with your health insurance company, so they can charge whatever they want, and the health insurance company usually covers less of these charges, so you're left paying more. Now, I know what you're probably thinking. Maybe I'm paying more for a higher quality burrito. So maybe when I go out of network with my care, I'm seeing a higher quality doctor. And the truth is, maybe yes, maybe no. But what you should know is that in-network providers are vetted by health insurance companies to make sure their licenses are up to date, to make sure their facilities are accredited, and some of them even check up on their doctors to make sure they're providing a high quality of care, and if they don't meet the standards, they get the boot. Now let's move on to our next segment, which is crunching the numbers. We'll review 3 examples to illustrate how staying in network can save you more money. And we'll review the same scenario, which is going to a dermatologist's office for a skin check, which costs $200. And in these examples, I'll assume you've met your deductible. But please note that these examples are for illustrative purposes only, and real-life examples may vary. Let's get started. Example 1 is you stay in network. So your health insurance company has negotiated your doctor down from $200 to $60. And with a 20% coinsurance on in-network specialist care, that means you pay $12 and your health insurance company pays the remaining $48. Really nice and really affordable. Example 2 is you go out of network for your care. So you see a different dermatologist, which is out of network, and it's still for a skin check, and they still charge the same $200. But now they're out of network, which means they don't have a contract with your health insurance company. So they're charging the $200. But your health insurance company is nice, and they still approve the $200. But since they are out of network, your coinsurance jumps to 40%, which means you're now on the hook for $80, while the health insurance company pays for the remaining $120. So in this example, going out of network costs you 7 times as much as it would have had you stayed in network. Now this is when things go from bad to worse, because in example 3, you go out of network for your care, but there's balance billing. So you go to that same dermatologist for that same skin check, and he charges you the same $200 as in example 2, but this time you have a different health insurance company and they're not as nice. They only approve $100 of your care, which means with a 40% coinsurance, You pay $40 and your health insurance company pays the other $60. But here's the catch. Your doctor still hasn't been paid for $100 of his or her services, so they could balance bill you that amount, which means you're now on the hook for $140 instead of $12 had you stayed in network.
Wait, hold on. Back it up. What, where, who, what?
Now, balance billing might be allowed in scenarios that we've just reviewed, which is when you're receiving non-emergency care at an out-of-network facility. But per the No Surprises Act, it's typically not allowed for most emergency services received at an out-of-network hospital, out-of-network air ambulance services, and when you get non-emergency services by an out-of-network doctor at an in-network hospital. So how do you find an in-network care provider and avoid paying more? Well, you can log into your health insurance company's member portal, look up your doctor's name, and look for an in-network flag to identify that that doctor is in-network. Or you can call the doctor's office yourself and ask the front desk to verify if that provider is in network with your health insurance company. Now that you know that staying in network is the way to save money, you might be thinking, does it ever make sense to go out of network for your care? And the answer is yes. It might make sense, especially if your health insurance company is willing to pay the in-network rates. And according to fairhealthconsumer.org, here are 5 cases where that might happen. 1, you have a serious rare condition that no doctor in your network is qualified to treat, but an out-of-network doctor is. Your health insurance company might cover those services at the in-network rate. 2, you're in a remote town and there are no in-network providers to treat the serious condition that you have, but there are out-of-network providers nearby that can. Your health insurance company might let you go out of network at in-network rates. 3, your doctor leaves the network. Let's say you're getting treatment from an in-network doctor for something serious, and your insurance plan changes so the doctor is no longer in network, or your plan stays the same, but your doctor drops out of the plan. Some plans will let you keep on seeing that provider at in-network rates while you're finishing treatment. 4, natural disasters or emergencies. If there's a wildfire, hurricane, or other disaster and you have to evacuate, you might need care somewhere that's out of network. Or if the government declares a state of emergency, you might qualify for in-network pricing for out-of-network care you received during that time. 5, your kid goes off to college. If your kid moves away for school and wants to see doctors close to campus, some plans will offer a guest membership so they can see local providers. The same thing applies to you if you're traveling. Some plans have a travel network for your business trips or your vacations. But, and this is super important, you've got to call the health insurance company ahead of time and ask if they'll approve the in-network pricing. You'll also want to ask what documentation they'll need from you or your provider in order to approve it, because the last thing you want is a surprise bill showing up in your mailbox when you thought you were covered. If this helped you understand why staying in network can save you money, then you'll definitely want to check out my video on how to estimate your healthcare expenses before your procedure, because knowing how much you'll owe before you go in is really the way to help avoid surprise bills and save money. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.